Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Mystic Maintenance. I have a very special guest. I am so honored to have Sindy.
Hello, everyone.
So, Sindy is so special because, as far as I know, Sindy is our furthest international fan coming all the way from Germany.
That's right.
Yes. How long was the flight to get here?
The flight was around 12 hours, like 11 to 12 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. But then the car ride after another 2 to 3 hours, so that was quite an adventure.
Yes. Sindy did not just come for me, although that would have been cool. Sindy came to see her partner in the Central Valley, and we're just so happy that our paths could cross this time.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so when I look at the show statistics, we could see like what countries people are listening from, and a lot of people use VPNs. So we see like all the countries all over the world, except Germany. We see 1%, and I'm like, I know that's not a fluke.
That is me.
That is Sindy listening in. Yes, so what is like fortune telling or like divination services like in Germany? Is it accepted or not really?
Not really common, I would say. Like, you wouldn't be able to see like commercials or ads, like any kind of that, like on the street, on the signs, anywhere. So I would say that it's not really popular over there.
Wow.
Accepted maybe like in those communities, definitely. Around, probably curiosity a lot, but I'm not really sure if it is like fully accepted.
What about like a lot of people have like apps on their phones, like just for fun, maybe not even as serious, but do people look at their horoscope just for fun?
Oh, I'm sure they are. I would also say nowadays, like my age, people do look more into it. Like, I do see like posts on Instagram more, like they advertise it, they're like more curious about it. So I do think it's like more in the like it's coming more.
Oh, yeah. Okay, nice. Have you ever gotten like your chart read or your cards read or anything?
No. So this is the first time actually.
Wow.
Really exciting.
Yes. Has it ever interested you?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first time it got to my mind was actually when my sister's best friend talked about it, because she's more into it. She really likes reading about it. She's really interested in it. So we were like all sitting together talking about it, and she was like, curious, Sindy, do you actually like know anything about it? And I was like, no, I like never had any experience with it, nor any knowledge. So I was like, I mean, yeah, I'm listening to it, and it was interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
You were born and raised in Germany, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when astrologers ask for like where you were born, what time you were born, it's so important because your rising sign is the eastern horizon when you're born. So like you were born in Germany, so the eastern horizon there is going to be different than like, you know, the eastern horizon in California. Like, it is all time based. So I'm so happy that you had your exact time. Not every country writes down like exact time. Yeah, some countries do not. Oh, okay. One of our guests was born in Indonesia, but now she lives here. And back then when she was born, I think also at like 1997, yeah, they didn't take times.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that was common, actually.
Yeah, I thought so too, but no.
Okay, interesting.
But I mean, Germans are very precise from what I've seen.
That is very true. Very strict. I'd be surprised.
And fun fact about me, I studied abroad in Germany for a summer, and I loved it. I fell in love with the people, the culture. It was so beautiful, so serene. Yeah. But, you know, when I was looking at your chart, because you are a Capricorn sun, a Capricorn moon, and a Scorpio rising.
Okay, so I had it, the second one wrong. Because I think I didn't put Capricorn. I did Capricorn sun, and then Scorpio rising, I think.
Yeah, so you have very intense characteristics. So, I mean, with astrology, I don't necessarily believe anything is fated. It's just a foundation. There's like the nature and the nurture. And as an astrologer, I believe that astrology is part of the nature, and then nurture will be the second half. But you have a very intense energy, and I feel like it's a combination of these very intense signs and also like the nurture of where you grew up, that influence.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very cool. So yeah, jumping into it. So like we were talking about the Eastern horizon when you were born, so was in Scorpio. So that's why your rising sign is Scorpio.
Yeah.
With a Capricorn, Sun, and Moon, this just screams responsible. And in like the 24 hours that I've known you, you are a very responsible person. You think of everything. Fun fact, Cindy's partner is in the studio behind the scenes, and Cindy was like, I muted your phone for you. Unfortunately, Cindy's partner is also in crutches right now. Like, I'm going to lay your crutches on the floor so that they don't make noise while we're recording. A super responsible person.
Just making sure.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I actually do have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Are you the oldest?
No.
Okay.
I'm the second youngest.
Second youngest, but you strike me as like the most responsible one.
I would say I'm the second most responsible. My older sister is like a mom.
Wow.
She knows how to handle everything. She's very responsible. So I would say her and then me.
More responsible than you. That's intense. But I guess that comes with being like the oldest born, your sister.
Yeah, probably.
Wow. Well, looking at your placement, so the IC, which is called like the bottom of the chart, is in Aquarius. So Aquarius is a very like philosophical, open-minded, community-based sort of sign, but also a little bit of the oddball. So did you feel a little bit odd growing up? Like, my family is not like the other families around here.
Definitely. I always had that thought like in the back of my mind growing up. I was like, am I the weird one, or is everyone just different like I am? I was questioning myself that all the time. Like it didn't matter if it was like decision making or like just simple actions, like everyday things, like how I handle things. I always thought I think a different way, like I have a different path of thinking. So yeah, I did think I was kind of like an oddball, actually, yeah.
I see that you also have the planet Uranus, which is like random wild card energy, and then Mars. Did you move around a lot as a child?
What's the definition of a lot?
I guess, like, did you feel like we are having so many transitions as a family, whether like physical or spiritual, because that shows a lot of activity like within your family?
And definitely yes. So when I was younger, we moved twice. And then after my parents got divorced, we moved like 2 or 3 times again. So yeah, that is a lot, I guess.
I think that's a lot.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we only moved once to the house next door just because it was better.
Was that actually moving?
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, because you have Mars, the planet of action, and Uranus, the planet of like instability, so close to like that point in the sky representing like family and your roots. Like that's where I could see that. So that's very interesting. And then you strike me as also a very intelligent person because your sun and your moon are in your 3rd house of early childhood education, communication, and just neighborhood and things like that. So even through that, you were probably still a good student, like great communicator.
Definitely not the best student, but definitely I would say for like my age back then, pretty good at communication skills. Like, yeah, definitely.
Because you have all of this like earth influence, And then I also see that your midheaven is in Leo, which is like leadership. Are you in a field that requires a lot of like organization and leadership and things like that?
Leadership, more or less. I do have my own team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but there are more people above me. So it's not actually like a top leader position.
Like middle management.
Yeah, it's like middle management. So, yep, I would say I do have some kind of leadership
Yeah.
at work, definitely.
Yes, definitely. So each year that you live, there's a different theme in your life, and you're currently 27, correct?
Correct.
So when you're 27, the emphasis is on the fourth house of family. And you're also doing a lot of traveling right now and redefining what your extended family looks like in
Yeah.
the United States.
Yeah.
How long have you and your partner been together?
Almost 1.5 years now.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. So, yeah, there's a lot of emphasis on like redefining family. Like, what is this new family going to look like? And until your birthday, which, fun fact, you are a New Year's Eve baby.
Yeah.
What a time to be born. So, from now till your birthday on New Year's Eve, there's going to be a lot of reflection as to like, what is my family going to look like moving forward?
That is very interesting because my mom is actually back in Vietnam at the moment again.
Wow.
So she is living there for a while now until she comes back just to visit. So I can see that. There's a lot of plans going on. Yeah.
So your
We'll
mom no longer lives in Germany?
No. She lives in Vietnam now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it's also interesting that you mentioned that because something else that I was going to touch upon later, but it's relevant now. So Jupiter is the planet of abundance, and it's going to cross into Cancer June of this year until June of next year. And when you have abundance in the ninth house is the house of like expanding your horizons, both like mentally and physically. It's one of the house of long distance travel. So you're probably going to be doing a lot of traveling. Yeah, to the United States, probably to Vietnam.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's somehow in the plan. Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, there are so many like Europe is so small compared to the United States that you could just go to like so many countries so quickly. Have you explored all of Europe yet?
Not all of Europe, but I would say for my age, pretty much many.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely around Germany, especially because it's a very quick car ride. So within 5 hours, you could be in several different countries.
Wow.
That means you can be very spontaneous too, which I am. So yeah, I think that's really cool about Germany because it's like so central.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any like vacation plans coming up soon outside of like Vietnam and the US?
So for in October, I do think I want to go somewhere with my sister.
Nice.
Probably in Europe still. But we haven't like really decided it yet.
Okay.
But probably somewhere around Europe.
Because you travel so much, I'm not ready to do this now, but we could do this later. There's a practice called astrocartography where your birth chart is on a map and you could see if certain places in the world have different energies. Yeah.
Oh, that is very interesting.
One of my like maybe more unhinged dreams is to do like astrocartography, like travel agent stuff, and like help people like plan vacations based on the vibe that they're trying to achieve.
I like.
Yeah, so we could definitely do that for you later. Yeah. But yesterday we were at a party, we were hanging out, and you said that you like to travel more when it's cold, right?
That is true.
Yeah. So your chart has a big cluster of planets at the bottom of the chart in the signs of Capricorn and Aquarius, which is like from December to February-ish. So when you have a big cluster of planets in a specific sign or two signs in close proximity, you usually those times of years are really great for you. And then the opposite are like not so great. So winter is more of your season. That's when you have like a lot of the good times. And then around like summer, because the opposite of that would be like Leo, are maybe not as pleasant for you.
That is very, very true. That is very true. It's just about the temperature most of the times. I'm not really like a beach person either. So yeah, the temperature and not really having to be outside like at the beach or whatever is like, that's definitely like a reason why I want to go in the winter.
Yeah. Germany is it runs more cold, right?
Yeah, I would say. It has probably around like 2 months that are like pretty warm, up to hot even, but that's about it from the year.
Does it get so hot that like air conditioning is law? Because like, for example, the United States gets so hot that there are certain places, including the Central Valley, where like by law you need to have air conditioning.
There's no law that I know of.
Yeah. From what I remember, because I went to Germany in the summer, like it got like warm, but it didn't get like hot.
Especially where you studied, it's more cold.
Yeah, I studied in Hamburg, so yeah. We just cracked open a window, and then it was like raining, and I was like, I packed a bunch of summer clothes. I did not expect it to rain, but I was having a lot of fun, so I was just running around in the rain.
Also a fun thing to do.
Yes. Something interesting that I am also seeing, because you're 27, you're about to enter a very exciting period in your life called the Saturn return.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean for me?
Yes. So if you haven't listened, we have a Saturn return episode, but I don't know what like the Germans say, but like in the United States, we believe that like at 18, you're an adult, but then like biologically, your prefrontal cortex doesn't develop until like you're 25. And then Saturn return happens across like 2.5 years between 27 to 30.
Okay.
So it's like the spiritual prefrontal cortex.
Okay, I got it.
In. So I am actually just finishing my Saturn return because I am like I'm about 2 years older than you. Your Saturn is in your 6th house in Aries. My Saturn is in my 6th house in Pisces. However, it's going to affect us differently because 1, we're 1 sign off, and then 2, you were born at night. I was born during the day. Yeah. So Saturn for people that are born at night can be slightly more challenging. However, it doesn't have to be like doom and gloom, like horrible prophecy. Like I said, this is just sort of like a weather app for you to prepare, cosmic weather, if you will. So when Saturn is in the 6th house, there could have themes of, health, wellness, daily routine. Do you have pets?
I do have a cat.
Okay, pets, because you're in a management position, subordinates, and just a lot to think about. Because it's in Aries, I'm wondering if maybe there is a push to do some sort of like workout, focus on like building strength. How has your physical health been?
That's funny. Actually, I just started in January to work out again. Like taking more care of myself, health-wise, physical-wise. So yeah, I've been working out quite a bit.
Yeah, so Saturn is like you can kind of get with the program, or you could kind of learn the hard way. So I saw this coming, right? So like for me, because it's in Pisces, it's more like you have to get more disciplined even when you're not feeling like it. That was my lesson to learn, versus your lesson to learn is more like how to harness that fuel within you and make it productive. So seeing this, like because you know it's coming, you can start incorporating it now, and then your Saturn return will be smoother. Yeah, because that's what I did. I was like, I know this is coming. I don't want this to hit me difficultly, so let me start implementing it a little before it starts. So yeah, even with all the travel, make time for self-care, make time for a routine, and you know, to harness your strength and work those muscles.
Yeah, that is true. It is difficult sometimes, but you gotta push through it. Definitely. Yeah.
How do you like to exercise?
I do exercise at home. I used to be a gym person because I needed that competition between, well, I didn't even have to be like someone I know, but like strangers even. Because I always wanted to do more reps like than the other person. But yeah, health-wise, it was not the best time all the time. So I started to work out at home, and I kind of like it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much a new experience for me because I always thought, oh, I need to go to the gym just to get that push. But, well, now I'm working from home. Working out from home, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, I'm glad that you're finding what works for you. And yeah, we'll see what these 2.5 years bring for you. But yeah, a lot of people are like afraid when they hear Saturn return, but I am optimistic for you because you're getting this reading done early.
That's it.
Something interesting that I am also noticing. So there's an asteroid called Chiron in your first house, and Chiron is about, you know, this sort of like wound that you may have in your life that you eventually overcome. When it's in the first house, it's about ourselves, our bodies, how we view the world, our aesthetics sometimes. So how has your self-confidence evolved from a child to now?
I would say I was a really, really quiet kid. Quiet. I don't know if there was a lack of confidence, actually. I wouldn't really know because I was really quiet as the kid that never really had many friends. So maybe like in tasks in school that you had to like in groups. Maybe I was trying to kind of be more confident, but it was really difficult for me. Now I would say I am more confident. Definitely. I'm like more optimistic also about things like the views. So I would say I'm like more outgoing now.
Yeah. So Scorpio and Aries are, I would say, sort of like cousin signs because they're very intense, and they're both ruled by Mars, both like modern astrology and then traditional astrology. So I see a lot of themes coming up for you of like self-discovery and stepping into your power, both physically and emotionally. Yeah. Since you've been, you know, now your partner is American, you're coming to America a lot. Do you feel like you're more like confident or talkative after being around us?
I mean, definitely. I mean, many people know about it. Germans are more, I would say, cold. Well, they can seem very cold, I would say. So they're not really like into small talk. They're not that talkative. So when I'm over here and I go like, let's say grocery shopping, people actually talk to you. Like they just try to find a conversation. And I do feel like it is refreshing. Somehow.
You do like it?
Yeah, I do like it.
Nice.
Because the people are really, really friendly here.
Yeah, definitely. And especially the family that you are getting into. Very friendly people.
Very, very friendly.
Yeah, so your 11th house has a lot of influence in Libra, which is very social, very harmonious. But you also have a point called Black Moon Lilith. At 1 degree Libra. So I can't remember what podcast episode we were speaking about it, myself and David, but we were having this conversation recently about when you're confident in yourself and you're like, you know what, I'm not afraid to be weird. Eventually other people that are also a little off or more your vibe are like, oh, I'm here too. Like, I think you're cool. Sometimes having that strength to be yourself will invite more like authentic connections to you. So, yeah. Have you felt like since you've been gaining this confidence that you've made more connections that feel like refreshing, authentic?
I would say I'm actually more a person that likes to be more alone. So I wouldn't know, actually. I used to have, well, when I was younger, more friends, but it was more like the fun part of it. You didn't really like talk about serious topics or whatever. So it was never a good experience to have like a real friend. And now the difference to now, definitely, I could see like I can count them on my one hand, and I do know that is the quality that I need in a friend.
Yeah, authentic, deep
Yes.
roots, like they actually have your back. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you found your people.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. And then finally, another interesting transit that we have going on right now is Mars going through Leo. So pretty soon it's going to cross your midheaven, which is the very top of the chart, your point of like notoriety. It also controls career. So there's so many themes of confidence coming up for you in this reading, but also stepping into your confidence at work and showing like, I am a leader in this company, this industry. I know what I'm doing. And then I'm sure you're a great boss and your subordinates are chill, but definitely not being afraid to like step in and being like, hey, I've got this, or let me shine.
Definitely.
Yeah, Leo is very like center of attention. Look at how amazing I am. Compliment me. So yeah, do you think you have any opportunities at work that you could think of right now to sort of like step in and showcase like, this is why I'm awesome?
I would say currently not, but in the future, I think there are chances that I could like go a little bit higher than where I am at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. It's looking good for you. So yeah, very exciting. The houses of career, I would say, are the 2nd, 6th, and 10th. They all sort of interlink with each other, and all of those are fire signs. So definitely confidence will get you a long way with like career, paycheck, notoriety, things like that.
I gotta keep that in mind.
So now I would love to do a tarot read for you. Are you open to that?
I'm open.
Okay, great. Is there a specific question that you would like answered, or just see what the cards have to say?
Yeah, I think I want to see what the cards say.
All right. So I know you've never gotten an astrology reading. Have you ever gotten a tarot reading?
No,
Okay.
I have not actually. Yeah, I'm very new with this.
Nice. I recently saw a meme of like a German tarot reader that's going viral right now. And they call in, like she's doing it like a phone, like a hotline style. And then someone's like, well, I got a doctor's appointment. And she's just like, no, bye.
Sounds about right.
We're going to start with a basic mind, body, soul. And see where we go from there.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. So for the mind, we have the 10 of Swords reversed. So what this tells us is like maybe you've been stressed out recently, but you finally are feeling that sense of relief. Like, okay, whatever was stressing me out, I finally see it going away and I can finally relax, which I assume because you're here and this is such a big trip, it was probably like leading up to this trip. Like I have to make sure everything is good and ready and that I can like easily come. I don't miss my flight.
That was on point. That was on point. I mean, it's not just because I'm on vacation, but also like with the family here, it's so relaxing.
Good.
Yeah, it's what I needed.
Yes. And then with body, we got the Seven of Pentacles, which is hard work and chipping at a project, which we just talked about, you know, progress over perfection, baby steps, and implementing that like ideal routine that you want to get like that strength that you want. So definitely persistence and hard work. And then for soul, we got the Seven of Swords. So that's kind of an interesting card. Okay. So sometimes we might have like some bad habits that might sabotage our progress. Let me see if I can pull like a clarifying card. But is anything coming up for you?
Now that you're saying it, it's not coming up, but I would say, like you said, a bad habit that I have. It's like kind of in my way. So yeah, I could see that. I could see that being true.
Yeah, when I pulled a clarifier, this bad habit seems like it could interfere with your ability to step into your confidence and also even like take control of like your moods.
Ooh. This is scarily true.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that it resonates. Sorry, it's scary.
Well, yeah.
How do we get through this? How do we break this habit? So sometimes when we're just faced with a really big obstacle, we could spiral and think of like a million solutions, and some of them are not realistic. Like sometimes when people are stressed out, they'll even go as far as like, what if I fake my death and get like a brand new identity and move to Mexico? Like their brain just starts spiraling. So when you think of like, how am I going to solve this problem? Take a deep breath and just take it one step at a time, and like don't go into wild problem solving mode at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
Are you an overthinker like at night sometimes?
At night, definitely.
Yeah, like tossing and turning, thinking of everything you have to do.
Yes.
I am the same way, but you know, sometimes we have to reflect on, this is in my control, this is not in my control, this is what I could do right now.
I agree.
So for self-care suggestions, I'm gonna pull a few because I always like to give options. Oops, my bad. I will get that in a second. Oh, here we go. So the one that fell that I cannot reach says connect with your ancestors and family.
Interesting.
Is a really big theme right now, but also family on the other side. So do you have any connection to your ancestors, or do you do any sort of like ancestry work?
I do not, actually, which is why it just surprised me.
Well, David is half Vietnamese, and I know that like many Vietnamese people are Catholic, but there are also like some Buddhists. What type
My
of...
dad is actually a Catholic,
Okay.
and my mom is a Buddhist.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have a hybrid. I love that. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know too much about Buddhism, but I know that like there is a little bit of like connecting with like ancestors and the beyond. How comfortable do you feel talking to your mom about like, or even researching yourself?
I mean, my mom does like talking about it, but I never really ask her. So whenever she does talk about it, it's more like when my sister actually asks.
Oh.
So yeah, I should ask her.
Or ask your sister if
Or
you feel
ask my
more
sister.
comfortable. Because
Yeah,
like you
I
said, she's
should.
like your second mom.
I should. Now, especially now that my mom's over there, I should definitely.
Growing up, did you have like a little like shrine in your home? Because some people do.
Yeah, we did.
Really?
We did.
Did you have like the Buddha or like Siddhartha? I don't know who.
Yeah, Buddha and my mom's parents. Like, it's very common that you have like a picture of like the parents when they pass.
Oh.
So there's actually, I want to tell you something.
Yes, I'm
I
listening.
used to have sleep paralysis, and
Oh.
and so during that time, I was more like believing. Like, I was never a Buddhist or any belong to any kind of religion. So, but when I was in a really like bad phase, I would say, I did try to believe more in it.
Interesting.
So I thought in my room was like some kind of bad energy, and I moved into the room with the shrine and started to sleep there, and then it disappeared, and I could sleep again, and I would feel so much relief.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So from there on, I was like, I'm still not a Buddhist, but I do believe in like something now.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wow. Well, in our cleanses episode last week, we talked about how there's benefits even if you're skeptical or not fully spiritual to doing like different spiritual things. It's just like a way to get comfort, a way to get grounding. So yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Well, I'm excited to hear your journey if you tap into that, especially because that was something that you grew up with and you've had a positive experience with it.
Yeah, and when I was listening to you guys' podcast, it was like one episode where you guys were talking about like when you were a child, you see like creatures.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that was definitely me too.
Oh.
Like seeing things and feeling like some kind of energy. And I was always scared.
Oh, wow.
Like, I was always scared about it.
Oh, my goodness. Have you had that recently or just when you were a kid?
When I was a kid. Now I barely have any nightmares.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you get good sleep. Something else that we got for self-care is dance. So I know that Germans aren't really big dancers like that. Like,
No.
I know that there are like raves, but like German raves compared to American raves are like very different vibe, very chill.
Yeah.
But ultimately, this is about moving your body. There is that mind-body connection, and sometimes like if you're feeling all of these feelings, just shaking it out or moving it out is a great way to.
Because you're so tense sometimes.
Yes. Also, side note, I went to Germany, and the reason why I went was to study the healthcare system. And something interesting that I saw is that a lot of insurances will include like the gym as preventative medicine. I'm like, we should do that here.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Because if you keep your body like trying to keep it in track, like healthy, you're more like you're less likely to get sick.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they think. It's probably proven too, so that makes sense.
What is it? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, something like that. Yeah. It was so depressing because like my final project was a compare and contrast essay, and Germany blew us out of the water. Minus smoking, that was the only thing, but that was like 10, 12 years ago when I was there. Now I think our smoking rates are the same because of vaping. But Germany, like their healthcare system is awesome. They also have like, from what I remember, like burnout could actually be like a diagnosis, and you could go to like retreats and stuff. Like amazing, very holistic. Finally, we have use your hands. So are you a creative person? Like, do you have any hobbies?
Not at all, actually.
Play music?
I do game.
Oh, there you go.
I do game, but I do not play any instruments. I'm not really creative.
Well, to game, you need to use your hands.
That is true.
This is saying also take some pressure off and get into a good session. What do you like to game?
I do like to game Marvel's Rivals at the moment.
Okay, nice. On what console or PC?
PC. I'm a PC gamer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you and your partner play a lot of video games?
Yeah, I would say so.
Nice. That's how you check in on each other. Spend some quality time when you're apart.
Yeah. Every now and then.
Yeah.
Just to calm down a little bit.
That's awesome. Y'all went through Twitch, right?
Yes.
Speaking of gaming has like a special place in your heart.
Yes, that is true.
That's awesome.
I should game more often now.
You already have a partner, but maybe you'll make other friends.
That is true.
That's awesome. And then finally, I will pull an affirmation for you. This is always how I like to close a session because my ultimate goal with people is to remind them of their power and their worth. So for you, we got, I am capable. Obstacles are only as large as I believe them to be. I can achieve anything I desire with comfort and ease. I have all of the necessary tools to reach my goals. When I lead with positivity and love, helpful people show up to aid my endeavors. I am capable.
I like that one very much.
Yes, and you are capable.
I have a really good support system, I would say.
Yes,
So I gotta believe in myself more.
You definitely have family and friends in the United States. We are so honored that you're here on this random podcast.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, we definitely hope to see you back. And every time I look at the Spotify statistics and I see Germany, I'll think of you. Yeah, I'm sure your friends and family are going to see this podcast and be like, you did what?
You will have to.
Do you want to give a shout out or say hi to anybody?
I'm giving a shout out actually to my family over here.
Oh.
Yeah, because they've been supporting me a lot. So shout out to my family here.
To family and new friends in the United States.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yes. And to Miss Worldwide over here. All right. Well, it was an honor. Thank you so much for using a little bit of your vacation to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And we will keep in contact. All right. Well, we are accepting Mystic Maintenance guests for the rest of 2025. So if you're interested in being on Mystic Maintenance, check the link tree in the show notes or in any of my social media bios and send an inquiry. All right. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye, Ron.